Yo, easy does it steady, yes she goes, there she blows, it's the Moby Dick of flows, bet you're getting sick of those, sleeper sell out, rap cat, government fat cat, ghost written genocide joints and shit, right? Well here's your get right, get back on track on that note, quote, I'm the shit, end quote, it should be apparent my style is appalling to all opponents, you ain't fucking with my lyrical components, so, who's on first, it's him again, who's again, no, who's on first, it's him again, I don't know, third base, but you get the gas face, old school, C-O-N, Z-O-T-D-T, bringing it home, off the dome, not mine, but yours, off the top, heads will roll, trauma-based mind control to the masses like a false flag attack. I was here, then I left, now I'm back better than ever, a veteran, suffering whatever's in front of me from its anatomy, giving them just what they want to see. Mad Men, Breaking Bad, AMC from NYCNA, another MC, producer, productions, fly like red tails, my lines, they cross, sail the sky like chemtrails and set the stage for the commandeer. I sicken the world, sticking the kids with the bill like your mama, yeah. What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Check it out. You guys are going to have to excuse me. This is what I call laundromat chat. It's when I'm outside the laundromat and I don't have shit else to do. So I just run my mouth in front of the camera. But guys, listen, while I'm out here, this is actually part 2 because I just did one, but I want to talk to you about this thing, Black Panther. Now, I understand that Black Panther is being considered for, is it up for, is it nominated for an Oscar or Oscars? I don't know. Now, the issue is, people are debating, does Black Panther indeed deserve an Oscar or Oscars? You know, now I'm thinking about this and I'm going over it in my mind. I'm like rolling it around in the back of my skull and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know. I should say right off the top, I enjoyed Black Panther immensely. It was one of my favorite movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Absolutely, it sure was. But I enjoy the Marvel Cinematic Universe in general. I love it. Grew up reading Marvel comics, and this is a very, very exciting time to be alive. The hills are alive with the MCU. and I love it. You know what I mean? I love seeing all of my favorite characters come to life. Black Panther actually was not one of my favorite characters growing up. I don't think I owned not one Black Panther comic. All right. I have a friend, though, who does have Black Panther #1, and he's fucking lucky because I bet you now that joint just shot up in value. But yeah, so Black Panther, I think I talked about this before on one of my previous videos. I understand the significance of Black Panther. I do understand why, for example, the black community specifically has a love for Black Panther. I know what it means. I get it. But, you know, it's a strange thing as a black guy who grew up reading comics, because I'm sitting in a movie theater as a comic lover. You know, I didn't go into the, hey, watch that, buddy. You know, somebody's coming out behind me. They're getting real close. This might be about to turn into a world star hip hop moment. But anyway, yeah, I'm sitting in a movie theater and I am in there as a comic lover, you know. But the funny thing about it is that I always say you can judge your movie by who it attracts. You know what I mean? So for everybody talking about diversity in movies, I always fucking say, if you want to see diversity in movies, look at your audience. There's your diversity. All right. You don't have to see diversity on the screen all the time. It's nice if you do. It's nice if it's honest and it works. That's fine. But it's really about who your movie attracts. You know, so I'm sitting there as a comic lover who happens to be a black guy, a Negro. I'm black. And I'm surrounded by people in there who are acting like this is the fucking, like the revolution. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about Prince. They're acting like this is the revolution, you know, like it's Black Panther, like it's the Black Panther from back in the 60s and the 70s, you know. And it's not necessarily the movement, you know, that people act like it is. And if you can find empowerment, if you're a people who desperately need positive images, like I said, I will never belittle the importance of Black Panther in the black community. I do understand it. Stan Lee understood it. Jack Kirby understood it. All of the minds who worked on that particular title understood. That's the reason why they did what they did. And they created this dignified, powerful character. You know, but when I'm in the movie theater, you know, it was almost like, you know, when you saw the new Star Wars, and you have the purists, you have the people who grew up on Star Wars, and then you have the people who are just now there because it's cool. That's kind of how it was. I felt like as a comic book collector and reader, who love to see these characters and these fantastic stories being brought to life. Speaking of fantastic, can we please have a good Fantastic Four movie? Please, please, I'm begging you. Okay, back on point. All right, and then you look around and you see all these people are here because it's trending and it's trendy. So that was kind of how I was torn, because I was looking at Black Panther as a comic movie, that I was going to enjoy. And as a comic movie, it was good. It was superior. It was. But you're not going to tell me that Black Panther was better than, say, Blade if you're talking about black representation in superhero movies. It's like Black Panther was huge. It was great. Significantly, like I said, what it symbolized was wonderful. All right. I truly appreciated Chadwick Boseman's portrayal as Black Panther. I think I probably would have loved to have seen Wesley Snipes take a stab at it back in the day. But, Chadwick did a great job. He certainly did. And I love the fact that he was committed to his image, in the Black Panther. I heard him talking about it, how he knew what it meant to a lot of people out there, so he wanted to make sure that he did it the right way. And everybody else, Letitia Wright, she reminded me of my little sister, you know what I mean? It's like, I love the characters and everything. Lupita Nyong'o, oh my God, she could get it all day, all year, and into the next millennium, you know what I mean? I love Lupita, but anyway, but when you start overpraising something, it's like, that's when I'm kind of going to be like, oh, okay, hold it. Because I know that Black Panther was huge symbolically, but what I really wouldn't want is to see Black Panther get a pity Oscar. All right. Now, I know that sounds fucked up, but it's true, guys. It's true. And I should say, first of all, by the way, I don't idolize Oscar anyway. It's like Oscars, half the movies that I see getting nominated for Best Picture and shit like that, I wasn't into. I wouldn't see. You know what I mean? It's like, I think Cousin Vinny got an Oscar, I think Marissa Tomei. And I was like, okay, I like that. You know what I mean? That's my kind of movie. Did you say Utes? But and I've seen crazier things happen. If Black Panther does get an Oscar for Best Picture, I'm not going to be running out in the streets screaming, that's not fair, hating on Black Panther. Black Panther was a solid fucking good movie. All right. So it doesn't matter to me if it gets an Oscar, if it doesn't get an Oscar. Half my favorite actors never got Oscars. You know what I mean? So, I don't have any emotional tie to this whatsoever. They can do what they want in the Academy. I don't care. They can let Kevin Hart host it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm not into it. So, like I said, if it gets the Oscar, that's great. But you have to keep in mind, like I always say, Black Panther was something that was created by Jewish men who had their finger on the pulse of what was going on in the civil rights movement, and they wanted to chime in, almost like the X-Men were. All right. So, the X-Men was kind of like a throwback to, the civil rights era and, what was going on and things like that, the philosophies of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and things like that. So, it doesn't deserve any more or less praise. These are the same creative minds who came up with both. So, yeah, I'm not going to say that Black Panther does or does not deserve an Oscar. I'm just going to say that the industry is always going to be political. The industry is always going to be subject to whatever political correctness or political climate is going on at the time. So they're going to do what they do. It doesn't mean this or that. I think that us comic book people, us geeks, us people who are into that particular form of, of entertainment and media, we should just appreciate the time that we're living in. Let the greater or the bigger industry do whatever they want. If they want to, suck each other off, in the industry, that has nothing to do with us. Let us do the things that we've always done, which is crave and praise good stories. If anything, let's have our own awards, as far as, like comic book movies and sci-fi and sci-fantasy and things like that. We can honor ourselves. We don't need their pat on the back or anything like that. It doesn't bring weight to anything. It can be judged on what we know to be criteria for what makes an exceptional story, sci-fi or sci-fantasy. That's the way I see it. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much how I feel about it. You know, you can let me know in the comment section. As always, you know I appreciate it. So, guys, if you like this and it's something that, you know, appeals to you, then don't be shy. Give me a subscription. Give me your pledge. Are you with me? Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it, guys. I will catch you on the next one. This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. This has been Laundromat Chat. I'll catch you on the next one. Rock on.